Hey everybody, christopherodd here, and welcome to my playthrough of Phantom Doctrine. If you don't know what this is, a lot of people are comparing it to XCOM. It's quite a bit different though. It's set in the Cold War, the combat systems are way different, the base management is way different, and we'll talk about that stuff kind of as we learn it. If you guys are interested, I'll let you know that it's currently on 10% off right now, but for viewers of this channel, you get 15% off if you follow the link below, and just as a thank you for supporting me from myself and GOG. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And if you're going to buy the game anyway, there you go. You can also join the, I'll call it character pool for lack of a better term, but there are some ways to customize our characters. So I'll have information in the description if you want to check that out. And I'll be able to get you guys sorted out and perhaps you'll show up in here. That'd be kind of fun. So let's just start a new game. I think that's probably the best way to try and explain what is going to be going on. This first mission that we're going to go into, I've done before, but I'm going to walk you guys through and explain some of the systems because it'll be new for some of you guys. So let's go ahead and do a new game. We're going to play on regular mode, obviously. This is like a new game plus mode that has an extended story. Difficulty-wise, we're going to go on the recommended Phantom Doctrine experience difficulty. The difference between medium and hard is obviously stronger enemies, but it changes a core game mechanic. Body disposal is unavailable on hard. And this is really important for stealth missions and things like that, so I think for a first playthrough, which this will be for me, it makes a lot of sense to just go on the regular one that they're recommending. We're not going to enable the tutorial. I'll explain some of the things in the first couple of missions. And hopefully, if anything new comes up, they'll explain it to us, so it should be good to go. Iron Man mode we're going to keep off. I'm going to do an Honest Man playthrough, so I'm not going to reload if anybody dies or anything like that. But just in case there's any bugs, or if they start patching a lot and something happens, who knows? For a brand new game, it's probably best not to do it. And then subtitles on for everybody. So we could play as one of two different backgrounds right now. Eventually we unlock a third one. I'm going to play as CIA, codename Deadpan. As an elite CIA wetwork commando, unravel a conspiracy set in the middle of war-torn Beirut and beyond. You can also play as KGB. I believe my buddy Marbazir is playing KGB. So if you want to see the differences between some of the missions, feel free to go check him out. Awesome guy, super smart. And if you guys know XCOM, you probably know who Marbazir is as well. So let's go ahead and create our own agent. So we'll go male, and I think there's a lot of variety in pictures, but this is the one that I resonate with the most. I don't know why. I think it looks cool. So let's go ahead and we'll do our character. I'll just phase in at the end of character creation, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. All right, so this is us. I think it looks pretty good as like a previous Canadian, moved US, become CIA, you know, pretty cool stuff. The plaid does give it away, but I think we'll be fine. We've also got the tinted aviators. Solid choice, if I do say so myself. But yeah, let's get ready to rock and roll here. First mission coming up. The events you're about to see may have been buried or covered up. Those with traceable records have been marked with the specific date they occurred on. Verify at your own risk, but trust no one.
Golf Yankee Juliet uniform. Reporting contraband seized.
Understood. Break off patrol. Head back to base.
Товарищ, HMS Conqueror нарушил радиомолчание.
Что? Показать расшифровку. Побыстрее. Немедленно послать в Москву. Немедленно.
We got intel from Vladivostok. It's big, Steve.
Langley seen it yet?
No. Should they?
Hell yeah, but use the network.
Hell
we don't
yeah.
want anyone listening in.
First the British, and now the Americans. Was there anyone else you wanted to involve in our plans?
I am handling it, Valhalla. Get out. Both of you.
Your incompetence has exposed us. Now Iceberg is in jeopardy.
Doing all of this in the open was your idea.
True. It was a simple plan that any fool could have executed. And you failed.
Gentlemen, this problem is easily solved.
Traitors!
Now, don't shout. It's bad for your heart.
Beholder Initiative, I believe, is what that sign said. Okay. First mission coming up. Unsanctioned raid. Whitefish. We arrived in Pakistan to check up on their alleged nuclear program. We enter the mission area in disguise, but it isn't foolproof. Keep clear of high-ranking Pakistani troops. Do not engage unless they fire first. Confirm the existence of the fission device, then evacuate before they know we were even here. So we got to find proof of this project and then evacuate upon completion of the main objectives. So I'll be able to kind of walk you through this. I've done this once before. We're going to try and do this one as silently as we can.
You really think this Pakistani nuclear program is legit?
Leslie's usually right about these things.
Really? Shit. I bet him $10 it wasn't.
You're a hopeless dreamer, Bolt.
Found a nice landing spot. I'll wait here until you call for evac.
So there's a couple of different ways that we can start missions. We can be disguised, we can be openly hostile, or we can just be like what I would call normal. And depending on what you're wearing, it causes the enemies to react a little bit differently. So our goal is to reach this area, and you can see we've got some lasers to deal with. This is intel. We always want to grab as much intel as you can on every mission. So like exploring the maps is really quite helpful. These glowing lockers, usually we'll find equipment and things like that in there. We've got another one here, and yeah, we're gonna try and get as much of it as we can. Here's some more intel, and we'll just go from here. Now these guys, because we're in disguise, they're not gonna care if we walk around and do whatever we want. I'll send somebody back towards this locker. Send Durand over there.
I read you.
Canasta, we're gonna set up in this area. We can probably grab this. It's probably out of the range here. So yeah, let's do it. And if we do hover on this locker, it would tell us if this is gonna raise the alarm or not by opening it. So let's just go ahead and grab it. Model 870, compact follower, and pistol suppressor. Cool.
Let's cook it.
So the stuff that we find too is gonna be different all the time. It's random stuff that we find inside the lockers. So let's get in here.
I trust this is important.
Okay. So I did a preview video for this series, and we got some random mission file from like the middle of the campaign, and I explained some of the interface stuff. So I probably won't go through in as much detail here, but really quickly, if you're looking at it, we got health, we have awareness underneath. Awareness governs our ability to dodge shots, and we use it for certain abilities of our own. Okay, so basically what I'm gonna do is I'm setting up to take these guys down. We don't have to, but I feel like the least amount of guards, the better. We also have some intel back here that we should try and get too, so let's just wait. Is this guy moving? No, this guy is. So if you hover on somebody, you can see the path that they're gonna take. Once he's over there, he's gonna be outside of this guy's kind of visual detection range, and we can likely take them both down. So we're gonna wait for that. Let's end the turn. Okay, beautiful. So what we're gonna do here is start taking these guys out. So Deadpan, we're gonna initiate a takedown. This is one of his abilities in here. You'll notice that it costs 1 fire point. That's this orange diamond. These 2 triangles are movement points. Pretty self-explanatory. But this also costs 50 awareness. Now, awareness does regenerate, and we have a total of 78. So this will take us down to 28, which means that if we're in a firefight and we're trading off awareness, which is the only thing that helps us to dodge shots, that's something we have to be considering. But we'll do a takedown here. You also notice that it says it silently incapacitates the target whose HP is lower than that of the attacking agent. So you cannot take somebody down that's quote-unquote stronger than you, which is a pretty cool way to implement it. So let's go ahead and take this guy down. Yeah. You'll also notice that these guys, they don't have any awareness right now. If the alarm was going, they certainly would. These guys are just basic soldiers. We'll run into soldiers, policemen, militia, that kind of thing. They don't have any awareness unless the alarms are raised. But enemy agents are kind of more like our soldiers or our agents in the sense that they are going to have awareness right away, and that's something that we're going to have to deal with eventually when we start fighting. So we'll initiate another takedown here. Notice that this one costs an action point because we're far away. We have to have the movement to get there and do the takedown. There we go. Get a little bit of XP for doing this, which is going to be really helpful. Instead of just ignoring them, we'll take down wherever we can. Now, we saw back here when we scrolled over. Where was that? Oh, we're back on this side. We do have more intel here, so what we can do is bring Durand around here and try and get this intel. You'll notice, too, when we jumped in here, we broke this window. That doesn't seem to raise enemy alarms or any major issues, so we're just going to wait and end this turn here, and we're going to dispose of these bodies. We'll show you how that works. So we've got, this is like a civilian worker, and then we have 2 guards that we can probably take down relatively easily. We'll bring him in.
Standing by for order.
Alright, so here's how the disposal works. Now, in some games, you pick up the body, you have to carry it with you, you gotta find like a crate or a locker or something and stuff them inside and hide them. But here, it's just, all you need to have is a fire point, if you're right next to them, and then it's just gonna get rid of the body. And there's pros and cons to it. It definitely keeps things moving, because if you have to carry the body and like move it back and forth, it slows things down quite a bit. This is just a way of saying, okay, we found the body, let's dispose of it, and then you can kind of move on. So that's kind of my preferred way to do these stealthier missions. You just don't have anything else to worry about once you do that. So, okay, now we're going to start looking at potentially taking down these 2 guys. Again, we don't have to take these guys out, but if things go haywire, it's much better because you have less reinforcements to deal with. In my opinion, it's better to do.
What's cooking?
And it kind of suits the fact that we're all like in disguise and stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and take this guy down. Where is he? So this guy's off looking this way, the civilian's working, and their detection range isn't super far ahead, so we'll just initiate this takedown as well. Now, if you wanted to, you could come in here guns blazing and just fight, and that's totally valid. Might make things more difficult on yourself, though. So let's go ahead and grab this intel. This stuff's really important. Eventually, we're going to take this back to base. That's 1 of 4 on this level, so that's something we got to keep in mind, that we have to find 3 more pieces. When we take this back to base, we'll eventually put it on this corkboard and analyze the document to look for clues, and then we have to like make links between the cues with like a pin and yarn and stuff. It's really, really well done in that way. We can take this guy down as well, I guess because we're behind him, so it's silent. It is silent, but because we're behind him, you can't see it. So we'll move in here, and we'll do a takedown. Okay, beautiful. And we'll take him out next time, too. Now, when we take down these guys, or when we take down civilians, it's like non-lethal, you know? So you don't have to feel too bad about knocking civilians out left, right, and center. I say non-lethal, like, in quotes. Okay, let's dispose of this body. And if you're thinking to yourself, this is pretty easy, it's the first mission. So if you watch the preview video that I did, you'll notice it was quite a bit more complex, and we had a good mix of stealth, and then we had to have an all-out firefight. Yeah, it's really cool. So I want to make sure I'm not accidentally attacking this person. We do want to go for another takedown here, but we don't have enough awareness. So this is one of those situations where the awareness regeneration does impact us. So we dropped from like 77 down to 27, and now we're back up to 40, which is fine. We're not too worried about it. We'll eventually just make it happen. We'll wait one more turn. We need Duran to catch up anyways. Now, if we weren't in a uniform, this would likely be a restricted area. And once you enter like a restricted area, it's no holds barred. If they see you, then you're totally caught. We can go in here and try and grab this intel. Also, if we weren't in uniform, just like this guy's standing here, we probably wouldn't want to just run into a room and see what happens. You'd want to scout it out first. We also have certain abilities. Durand has it, yeah. He's got heartbeat sensor, so you can reveal enemies in the area of effect every 2 turns, but it costs 15 awareness. Not everybody has this, so this is something that you'll have to unlock on in your agents. Let's move in here, and we will do a takedown.
There's definitely something valuable in here.
Get rid of them before you stroll through one.
Oh, we will. Don't you worry.
I read you.
All right, let's take this civilian out as well. And we could dispose of the body. We can wait for that. So this thing here, you see how it's showing us the gear icon? This is what's going to disable the laser barriers. And you can click on these objectives to give you an idea of where those things are placed. So we'll have to go in here. There's also intel to grab, so we'll keep that in mind. Okay, let's wait. Okay, let's take this guy out. Oh, whoops. I right-clicked on him there, that's why. Okay, let's go for another takedown. Sleep tight. And then we'll go ahead and snap this intel. Okay, that's 2 out of 4. Beautiful. Duran, you want to come inside here? Actually, this might be a cool opportunity for us to try out the heartbeat sensor. So if we go here, heartbeat sensor, it doesn't require any fire points or action points. It's just awareness. So let's throw it down here. Scans for enemies. Nothing. So no enemies, but you'll notice that there is somebody in here, which means that nothing hostile is inside. So we got 2 workers. We will hide this body as well. Try to do this mission as cleanly as we possibly can. Okay. Now this will flash if there's like, you can't possibly do anything else. It'll just prompt you to end your turn. Okay. So let's not jump through there. Let's come outside. I'll bring Canasta inside this location. And let's see. So she's gonna walk back over here. This guy's staying stationary. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up in this area so that when she walks back, we can knock her out. And then we can use a takedown on this worker here. You notice we're dressed exactly like this. This is why we're fitting in so well.
My skills are at your disposal.
Okay, let's go for another takedown. Keep an eye on the awareness, just kind of for your own knowledge of how quickly or slowly it regenerates. So she's at 24 to 77. I wish I could see the numbers here just for easy viewing, but I guess that would kind of add a little bit of extra clutter. All right, laser barriers are down. Repeat, laser barriers are down. And then we'll just give you a little rest for the day. Good night. We'll grab this intel.
It's cooking.
All right. So we're through. Do we have anything back in this area? Some power generators. Doesn't look like it. This door's locked. I think the X means, like, you can't open it regardless. That's the vibe that I get. We can put him back here, and he can do the cleanup as well. Now, you don't need to be this meticulous. You don't need to pick up all these bodies. It's just a good habit to kind of build, because on missions where we have a lot of people patrolling, situations can arise if they see a dead body. There's also a cool mechanic where if you... yeah, this is fine. Oh, we had to move to the side to do it. I was like, why is it taking the action point? There's a cool mechanic where sometimes the enemy will be like, well, our guards haven't reported back for some time now, so we're going to actually start looking for them. And then if they see dead bodies and stuff, becomes a little problematic, as you can imagine. So even if you do take them out and dispose of them, they may still then prompt the enemy to change up their tactics, right? So while we're kind of moving our way in here, down at the bottom of the screen, you're going to notice a couple things. These guys are all carrying 2 weapons. You can click on the weapons. They each do different things. This one only has a full auto attack. The pistol has a normal attack and then a headshot. The headshot's good because it does a lot more damage. Notice 40 maximum compared to 70 maximum. But the trade-off is awareness. So this one costs a big chunk of awareness. And when you're only working with 75 and you're in a gunfight, if you use this, you're basically saying, my next shot, I'm going to take a lot of damage if I'm not killing something. So the trade-offs for awareness are really, really important to consider. Okay, so where... Oh, we just need to get inside and then we'll get an update here. Okay. So, we gotta find proof of the project, which is over here, and then if we want...
Got a lot of background noise. What's up?
Nothing. Lost the tail by hopping on $1 million yacht. No big deal.
Leslie.
Oh, we're looking for the reactor.
Lovely.
No luck. Traces everywhere, though.
It's there. Guaranteed. Keep looking.
And then if we want, we can collect additional intel. Breaching the bunker is recommended. So we'll talk about breaching. This is really cool. I didn't get to show you in the preview video that I did. And it's a pretty cool mechanic. So let's just get in here. I think he's the only guard out here, so we can likely just take him down. Let's do a takedown here. There we go. And then we'll start setting up on this side.
My skills are at your disposal.
Do you have enough for disposing of the body? Yes, we do. So what I'm doing here, I just go and click the skill itself, and then we can tab through the enemies. And you'll see that the cost changes because he's got to use 2 of his action points to get there. But that's the one I want to get rid of. Duran can get rid of the other guy. Easy peasy. So after this mission, it's not over yet, but after this mission, we'll go through all of the base management stuff. And then from there, I'm going to be totally blind. And I'm pretty excited about that because we'll be on the same page. You guys will probably still understand more than I do.
Uh-huh.
All right. Now we could do... Yeah. Let's see.
What do you require?
We could do the heartbeat sensor if we want. But we'll save that for the other room. Okay, so we have 3 workers in here. This guy's not moving. This guy's not moving. This guy is moving. So I'll get you set up over here.
My skills are at your disposal.
And then we'll go in this side.
Uh-huh.
And then next turn we'll bring Durand in. Okay. So Durand doesn't quite have the movement to get in here and do a takedown. Or do we? I'm gonna move him in here just to be sure. No, I can't reach anybody. Okay, so we're gonna wait one more turn. What's this guy gonna do? Okay, so it looks like he is standing still. This guy's not moving, this one's not moving. Cool. So, oh, he is moving. I must have missed that. All right, so let's go ahead and start taking out these workers. You'll notice that sometimes if we go for a takedown, there'll be a red exclamation here. That's gonna mean that it's going to alert people. So this is like confirmation that he's outside of their view. These guys are both obviously not facing. It's just something to watch out for.
Standing by for orders.
Let's do another takedown. And then deadpan. Let's go. All right. And then we'll go ahead and grab a shot of this, or find this proof.
Leslie, Bolt totally owes you $10. We've got a reactor and what looks like a fission device.
Then the test is imminent. Get out of there, now.
Copy. We'll save some legwork if we jump over the wall from the roof here. Bolt?
I heard you. Activate your beacon now.
Right here.
I'll meet you at the LZ.
Okay, so they're saying to call in the evac right now. I'm going to recommend that we just wait a second because we do want to do this additional objective. We'll leave these bodies here in the essence of time.
What the?
There is a bit of delay between when we call and when they arrive also, so we're gonna set these guys up outside this door and then we're gonna try a breach. Durand, let's use that ability, heartbeat sensor here. We'll see what this looks like. Nice, okay. So we have one here and one here. I'm pretty sure there's 3 in here, we just might not have vision.
My skills are at your disposal.
Okay. Let's get you on the door. We'll set up our evac.
Deadpan, come in.
We're alive, Leslie.
Oh, good. All I had was static there for a minute. What happened?
The test. It didn't blow us to pieces.
Cold test then. No fissile material. But they have the technology.
They do. Okay, so we're going to summon the evac. It's going to take 4 turns to get here. And sometimes we'll have multiple evac zones to choose from. But this one, we just have the one. So let's call it in. Now, we're going to do this breach thing. The way that this works, okay? Nearby agents move into the designated area, which is going to be this room. And they shoot any encountered hostiles. Suppresses enemy overwatch. Requires at least 2 agents with firing capacity. Right mouse button on enemies to lock targets. So once we select the room, we can't see the targets, but if we had the heartbeat sensor on now, we'd be able to select those guys and have these guys just make it happen. So we can do you there and then you there. If we don't select it, they'll just automatically do it. The alarm is going to go off, and that's okay.
My skills are at your disposal.
And it shows the little breach icon there, so we're all ready to go. Here we go.
Spotted.
Boom.
Be careful. I have to do a ton of paperwork if you die.
For a second, I almost believe
That's funny,
you're worried
actually.
about us.
I have to do a ton of paperwork if you die. All right, so let's go ahead and grab this intel. Very nice. So we got all 4 pieces from confidential documents.
Yeah.
And let's start making our way to the LZ before they send in reinforcements. We still have a fair amount of time to wait. I could have called this much earlier. Let's bring Canasta up top. Deadpan, go. Durand, bottom of the ladder for now.
Yeah.
All right, Canasta. Let's get you, let's wait for it to show up. Just throw these guys here. They also should show you the equipment bag. Each of these guys can use different things. So like Duran has a frag grenade. We've got first aid kits if we took damage. We have flashbangs, which reduces awareness of the enemies. And then we also have smoke grenade if we want, that blocks line of sight. So it's a lifesaver, really. Okay. Evac vehicle showing up in 1 turn.
Hey.
So the first time I did this mission, I was not as meticulous as I have been this time. And it was mostly a matter of trying to like test it and like learn how the game would work. And I had like an all-out firefight going right here because I was fighting people pretty early. And this is definitely the safer way of approaching it for sure. So I'm glad that it's worked out.
I'm here.
All right, let's get in the LZ. Now, this thing at the top, it's showing evac compromised. If that counts down to 0, this is a new timer, but if it counts down to 0, then you start taking extra danger. And when you have extra danger back in your base, that's when you have to, like, move your headquarters location stuff. It's bad news. Danger is, like, something you do not want to have. Obviously. All right, let's get out. That's cool that we can do, like, so as I said, I was in an all-out brawl the first time I did this mission, and I wasn't recording anything. And it was fun, but being able to pull off the missions completely stealth, really cool as well. Okay, so secondary objectives completed. All of our agents were exfiltrated. Equipment acquired 5 on 5. Classified documents acquired 5 on 5. Beautiful start. Let's rock and roll now. Chapter 1 outfoxed. Leslie, my mentor, asked me to investigate rumors of nuclear research in Pakistan. During our incursion, we witnessed a cold test of a fission device, which means that the Pakistani are at most months away from gaining nuclear capability. Someone had to sell them the technology, but who? All right. So I have a new agent candidate here, Cable and Quartz. We'll get into this later on. Agent report, Canastas seeking talent revealed. Okay, so this is our agent that we were just using. We also got a shotgun, a compact follower, so this increases our clip size by 10. We have a pistol suppressor, very nice for noise suppression, and very, very helpful if you want to keep things as stealth as possible. Estrella, this is a pretty good gun, lots of potential damage output. Between 35 and 70 on full auto, 28 and 63 on burst, and then 3 to 28 on a single shot. Has 3 mod shots as well. And then a French DAO. If you take a shot with pistols, generally they don't end the turn. So you could shoot and then continue to do some stuff. Cool. We also gained some experience here. These guys got new perks unlocked, which we'll get into in a bit. Didn't take any damage, so we don't need to go to the infirmary. And you'll notice that experience is split differently between everybody based on how many people you took down and how many actions you did that gained you that XP in the mission. The bulk of XP just comes from completing the mission. Just do the objective and get out. You get the bulk of the XP. But certainly, if you want to maximize that,
told him about our little trip. Put him through.
You want to be killing or incapacitating.
I regret to inform you an inspection of your operations is imminent.
Great.
Why is that?
Hard to be sure, but my money is on the allegations of an unsanctioned operation in Pakistan.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I really have no idea what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Leslie isn't your handler anymore. I am. Keep ignoring that, and you'll lose the squad. Fender out.
This might be bad timing, but you have a package from Leslie in operations.
So our new handler, Fender, is getting upset that we're interacting with our mentor, Leslie. And she has just sent us a package as well. So we're going to go through each of these tabs. You can see here that they get highlighted at the bottom and in the middle of the screen to show you what's what. This is like where we start searching for extra missions and things like that. So let's start with crew quarters here. You'll notice that we have this little icon, this fleur-de-lis. And is that a fleur-de-lis? I don't know. But we got a new perk. So let's see. we get to pick paramedic, movement bonus when carrying unconscious characters, mild paranoia, improves benefits of full cover, faster movement, increases movement range, and survivor, so you increase maximum hit points. I like all of these. They're all cool, but we have to pick one. Now, cover works a bit differently in here. As I mentioned, the only way you dodge shots is by having awareness. And if you're in cover, what this does is effectively adds damage reduction. So full cover is best, half cover does some, no cover does nothing. But in no cover, full awareness, you'll still dodge a shot, and when you're dodging, you take the minimum damage of the weapon. So we'll maybe get into that in a little bit here. Let's go ahead and take... Let's go ahead and take movement range. Let's do that. Also, Deadpan got one. So he's got a couple of talents already. He's loyal, so he's impervious to enemy influence. We'll see if anybody else has this. No, not yet. As the main character, if the main character dies, it's game over. So if you die in a mission, you'll have to restart it. If anything else happens, then you lose. Bonus experience for recon jobs, faster crafting, and now disguise cannot be detected. I'm not sure how disguises can be detected, but that's really cool. Decreases the cooldown of his focus ability. Focus is an ability that we use to regenerate awareness. Masochist, improved damage threshold, and combat senses increases maximum awareness. You know, I think this sounds really interesting. Disguise cannot be detected. As far as I know, too, the perks that you unlock are random, so different things are going to happen all the time. And then when we go into here, we have trainings available. So he's currently training here, urban operations. He's an empath. Upon healing other characters, this character also restores a small amount of HP. I don't think he has this yet. I think this is what we're saying as this is the training that he's in. But we'll get into that when they explain it. That's something I'm not super familiar with. In terms of our agent dossier, you can see we have a lot of information. And one cool thing is that you notice these languages that people speak: English, Arabic, English, Russian. If you go on a mission and the primary language of the location that you're going is one of your soldiers matches that, then you have an additional ability called a distraction, and you can like lure guards away and stuff. It's really, really cool. There's different stat info here. So we have a whole bunch of information for circulatory, sensory, respiratory, and motoric ratings, and you can see what those influences are in this area. Max action points, max hit points, and so on and so forth. And then there are equipment slots, and this is how far they are to getting the next level and another perk, which is really nice. So hopefully we learn a little bit about how this training works. I don't think I have to switch anything right now. I don't think I have to switch anything. But it also shows you weapons that they're proficient with. So we'll kind of learn about some of that as we go. The star means this is our main character. And as I explained, if they die, then it's GG. Infirmary-wise, we would assign agents here to rehabilitate, but we didn't take any damage, so no issues there. Workshop. Now, there's a couple things we got going on here. Up here is kind of like our ongoing research. They call it tech upgrades here. I think... I'll show you all of these, first of all. So, analytics expansion adds an additional investigation board job slot, which we're going to get into in a second. Recon equipment unlocks a tactical recon job, allowing to gain tactical advantage during missions. Pretty cool. One more infirmary slot if necessary. We can increase the agent limit. So right now we have a maximum of 8. Hideout perimeter detectors. Maximum danger is increased. So here's our danger rating up here. Effectively reducing the risk of raids and related losses. So obviously that's pretty helpful. Improved real estate contacts. More hideout candidates discovered on the world map. Forger facility. Unlocks the forger facility. This gives you cash forging, so you can make money while your agents are at home. And character customization and identity stuff. So this is, I mean, I'm all about character customization, like trying to get people involved in the game. So I think we're going to do the forger facility, plus we start making cash that way. So this is a pretty decent first upgrade. You can do one at a time. It's going to take 10 hours. And once that's done, we can start another one. We can also do crafting. So notice if we go back to the crew quarters and we look at Deadpan, he has the faster crafting talent. So he's sitting in here in the workshop, and we can do either flashbangs or lockpicks. I don't think anybody had a lockpick, so let's go ahead and make one of those. And then analytics. Let's go here. So this is this is really quite cool. I'm gonna we need to gather more intel before we can put somebody in this slot, I think. We'll learn about this more probably later. I've never been able to do anything with this because this is basically as far as I've come in my testing. So I'll show you the investigation board. That was some first-rate espionage work. This is our package from Leslie, our mentor. I'm talking about mine, of course. Since my intel proved so accurate, I must assume the rest of it's worth checking out as well. I need another favor. Find the man called Aguirre. He's neck deep in this. Also, he's an asshole. Dossier attached. All right, cool. So now we have a new secret file, Aguirre's dossier. Right on. So there's two things that we have going on here. Aguirre's dossier that we just got, and these complex briefings. So let's start with this one. The idea here is that we need to go through these pieces of intel, and we need to try and find code words or locations or names. We're going to highlight them. So in this one, there's one strip here, which means one thing could be found. We're kind of looking for an organization. So both redacted and angry line. Oh, there we go. So whenever, a good tip, I guess, is when you see code words or when you see things that are kind of weird sounding in the context, that's usually going to be the code word. I haven't gone through a lot of these, so I don't have like an excellent strategy for this, but that's kind of the way that I would look for these things. So both blank and angry line are getting complacent. They think we're so safe here. So this is referring to people, right? So obviously this would be a code name. They can wage wars on other continents. Let's rattle their cage. Let's show them it's not safe at all. The commies are here. They're close. And not just Cuba. This place is bad luck, as evidenced in the 1960s. But there are plenty of other nations in the Caribbean that could take a hit. Nicaragua, Grenada, Antigua. Let's pick one. Escalate tensions. Show Reagan it's all close to home. We'll get plenty of new business, I tell ya. All right, so we got that done. Now, this appears on the board. And when we find more intel related to this, we'll start making some connections with our pin and string. But we did get that second dossier. So Aguirre's dossier here. And let me show you this really quick. It shows us the amount of intel collected related to this at the top. So this one we have 0. This one, well, we'll see. It says 0, but I think we picked some up on that mission. Maybe it's not related. I'm not sure. So we're looking again for, I guess, an organization, or we'll just keep looking for code words. Jerry Melendez Aguirre, Arecibo, Puerto Rico, impulsive, vengeful. Known history. In 1973, he was arrested by Puerto Rican police on charges of petty theft, dismissed with a warning. Within the same year, arrested twice more, but every time walks out without serving any time due to his young age. 76, sentenced to 25 years in local prison for the murder of 7 people, including 2 of his own gang members, escapes within 6 months from detention. 77, he appears for the first time in DEA records as a local enforcer for blank in Miami. DEA runs surveillance under Chilean Rep's file. Chilean Reps, there we go. And confirms he's making money on the side as talent hunter for several brothels. Evidence for multiple sexual assaults and kidnappings throughout the year. Never prosecuted due to formal reasons. 78, disappears from DEA's radar, possible sightings in Cuba. We suspect he underwent training by the Cuban intelligence. In the 80s, spotted in Miami. 82, arrested by DEA during Operation Tiburon, released upon intervention from undisclosed government agency. And then 82, December, officially enrolled as volunteer with Good Samaritans of America. Sightings in various Middle Eastern nations, suspected continued smuggling operations. Seems like a good guy. Seems like a good guy. Okay. I think that's about it. So we're going to go ahead and scout these ports, as it's saying. Port Said, Kuwait, and Muscat to try and locate Maguire. Okay. So this is our current hideout in Beirut. The legend is shown here. The main ones are all these little dots. These are locations where we don't have agents. Once we send agents there, they'll be blue. And then depending on what type of missions come up, we have informer things, informer assassinations, special missions, enemy recon, conspiracy plots. These are basically mission types. And depending on the mission types, those are going to dictate how many of our agents that we can send out onto those missions as well. So we'll kind of learn about that as we go. Now, first things first, we have suspicious activity as indicated by this. I'm going to turn off auto hide, and we're going to send people here. And they're all leaving from our area. I think ideally we want to spread people out to have people be able to react to things quickly, but I guess we'll just figure it out. Okay, so let's send Durand here. We'll send Canasta here. And we'll send Stoney over here. Before we do that, I actually want to check in the crew quarters. If we're going to hire people, it's just 896. Okay, so let's hire these guys. We might as well take them. I don't know if it's worth waiting or if we should just hire everybody. Honestly, no idea. This will add some danger, it looks like. Higher danger. And I'm not sure what kind of crazy impact that is, but let's see what happens. So yeah, okay, 60 out of 500. I'm not sure if there's ways to reduce this. I have no idea. So I'm just going to hire the one for now until we get a way better understanding of how danger works. Okay, so once we've assigned these guys, let's go ahead and start moving. Okay, so we've located Aguirre. We tracked him down. Officially, he coordinates maritime transports for a charity called the Good Samaritans of America. Unofficially, that's what we need to find out. We just need to wait until he makes a suspicious move and follow him to the destination. Okay, so we got new intel here for Aguirre's dossier. Okay, here we go. Propaganda due. The pursuit of knowledge. Okay, so there's nothing to investigate with this one. What else do we have? This is like a photo. Celluloid propaganda due. Okay, perfect. So we can make this connection here. And it seems a little ambiguous at first, but I guess over time we'll figure out exactly how this works. Ugly Twin, Leslie, Cornerstone, Cardinal. So no other matches here. Let's just keep going. So I guess the intel from the first mission, maybe it's not important. I'm not sure. Either way. These guys are heading out. Now, this is Aguirre's activity, okay? So there's a couple of things that we can do. We want to hop on these missions really quick. We're going to tail him. This is the only thing available to us right now. Aguirre ordered a 4x4 ready by sundown. If he does anything suspicious, we will... he'll do it now. Okay. So we can send 3 agents to this. We're going to send Durand. We're going to send Xerxes, and we'll send Skipper as well. And over time, we'll try and develop a strategy for like who we're sending, why we're sending them, that kind of thing. So those look clear. Who did we send to this one? Stoney. So maybe we want to send Stoney back here. I don't know if we need to. Okay, lockpicks are done. If we go back here, should we whip up another one? Let's do some more lockpicks. All right. Forger facility is done. Beautiful. Cache forging, character customization, and identity. So let me check out the forger. So looks like she is available to work here. So let's put her in. She makes $20 per hour. So we were doing 40 before. Forging cash is an extra 20. So that's going to be a big part of our income here. I'm assuming some of these guys might be better or worse at it, depending on certain skills. Not sure. Also notice these guys have heat. So Canasta, Duran, and Deadpan all have heat. Maybe that's because they just went on a mission. I don't know. I hope we will learn about that. In terms of like customizing an agent, so let's see. Okay, so we can do full customization in here. So physique, hair, clothes, headgear, details, all of this kind of stuff.
I think this is a good idea.
You gotta die someday.
Speech details and all of this. And then we can do a new identity. Notice that we can't do it on anybody else except for Deadpan and Cable. I think this is because they're at base, so they have to be home in order to make a new identity. And this is how we would customize them to get you guys involved. And then we do new identity. That's how we change like their name and their nicknames and all that kind of stuff. Cool. So what's going on here? We're just tailing. Good. Okay, Aguirre drove for several hours and crossed the border into Syria unhindered. The border patrol must have been paid off. Our agent finally tracked him to a ruined public library in a Syrian ghost town where Aguirre set up camp. Get a little bit of XP for sending people there. And we got some intel. All right. What else did we find out? So we have the exclamation. I think that's the trigger that we need to do this search. So memo, Cardinal. It's got to be something. Yeah. I've got my mitts on a collection of Antigua cartel blueprints for a skyscraper in Splashdown. Splashdown. I also note that the space isn't mentioned in the official records from our sources in room 65. It's crazy, man. All right. So let's bring you in there. And what do we have here? Dead body, Rockstar, Palace Athena. And another photo. Shogun, Cornerstone, Whiskey Rock, Palace Athena. Okay, so I'll try and organize these. So we have some matches here. We have Cornerstone here. So maybe something like this. Cardinal, Splashdown, Room 65, Antioquia? I'm not even sure. Cartel. Whiskey Rock, Shogun, Rockstar, Inside Man Celluloid, Moby Dick. Oh, and here, Antigua Cartel. Okay, so these connect. Alright. So let's do something like this. I'm not sure how these are supposed to be viewed, but once we're able to complete one, then, hey, we'll learn a whole bunch. We'll see how it works exactly. Oh, wait. The other thing I need to do is go to the workshop and do some more of these. So now we have optimized printing press, so agents forge more cash. That's probably good to grab as early as possible. Don't need infirmary slots. Agent limit, I don't think I need. Hideout perimeter detectors. Maximum danger increase, we'll get that eventually. And more hideout candidates on the world map. All right, let's do more cash. More cash is good, in my opinion. All right. Stake out the Aleppo cell. Hold on. Stake out the Aleppo cell to track Aguirre's movements. Okay, here we go. We're gonna stake out this cell. We can send 4 agents. If I send him, then he stops crafting and all that, I imagine. Right? That's okay. This appeared to be Aguirre's destination we should investigate. Monitor enemy activity. Reveal their targets and activity. Okay, let's send these guys. We have suspicious activity up here. What we can do is see who's here. Cable is here. Why is it that I can't send Cable? Oh, because she's working in the Forger, right? At Port Said, we have Duran. We'll send him. So this is a Beholder cell, it's called. Known enemy agents. Impaler and Blackfin. Zoom to activity. I guess that's here in the area we're in. Okay. Suspicious activity in Baghdad. We'll send Canasta. Oh, hold on. What's this? Stakeout cell for Aleppo. Enemy base surveillance cycle completed. Nice. Information obtained upon the completion of our objectives. We got conversation transcript. All right, let's keep going. Field transcripts. Outskirts of Aleppo, Syria. You weren't followed, old man? Unidentified. On a plane? Cut me some slack. Sorry, I'm pretty sure punks were sniffing around my safe house a couple days back. Inaudible. Random. No one has a goddamn clue about our gig here. Yeah, so why'd you want to meet? Just to say goodbye. The blank is sending me to blank. What? Seriously? That sucks, man. Only for you, Jerry. In fact, I'll be keeping an eye on Project Iceberg. No? And I'm actually going somewhere nice and tropical for a change. You dick. Being a chuckwagon bigwig? Chuckwagon has its perks. What about me? Just carry on. Your only major concern now is Operation Walter Poon. Well, I got this covered already. Then you go back to doing nothing. Take care. Whatever. Alright. So here's another thing. WizKid. As they are currently under scrutiny from Control Group and Infinity, it would be prudent for us to keep our distance until further notice. Whoa. Control Group and Infinity. Alright. Chuckwagon, Control Group, WizKid, Infinity. To whom it may concern, someone we've been watching from Bone Wolves appears to have gone rogue and infiltrated all on their own. Infiltrated something all on their own. They posed as an intern, snuck up on the roof of blank office, and hung a banner reading something. Plunderers of Bone Wolves. I'm using code names where required, you know why. They also managed to cover a few windows in some terribly offensive slogans before getting hauled off by Infinity. So I think we can cross them off our list as potential dead beetle confidants and insiders. Okay. So what else are we missing here? Oh, Infinity. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we already have a match between these two. Paradise Lost and Leslie. Leslie, our mentor, I assume. So that's where, like, I'm not sure how these fit in. I'm sure we'll learn about this a lot more as we go. But for now, we're just trying to keep up. So we have a informer here. They're going to reveal secrets after this delay. During that time, the enemy may attempt to assassinate the informer. You can launch informer rescue missions to gain secrets and new recruits. We don't need anybody to be there right now, I don't think. But maybe it's a good idea to send them to informer areas. Maybe it's not bad. Agents forge more cash. Okay, cool. What other upgrades do we want here? Maximum danger, agent limit, more hideout candidates on the map. Here, let's do this. Tactical recon job, allowing us to gain tactical advantages during missions. Yes. Okay. Oh, whoops. Didn't want to do that. I don't know if I can cancel it. No, I can't. So we did have him there already. It's my bad. We'll send Canasta, just in case. I don't know if this is actually a thing. I'm just saying it might be wise to have somebody there. Okay. Casablanca. Job setup. Okay, so we're going to go scout this area. Let's send Durand. No rest for the wicked. And what happened here in Aleppo? Location presents no enemy or allied activity. You can still send agents to this area as staging ground for other operations. So we're trying to investigate the transcript to identify Aguirre's visitor. Conversation transcript. We recorded the conversation between Aguirre and his mysterious companion. In this transcript, we missed the crucial name, but hopefully we should be able to infer it from the context of the conversation and related files. So if we go back in here, being a chuckwagon bigwig has its perks. So we need to find out more about chuckwagon bigwigs. Because none of these, like, we have to find a match, basically. So that's kind of what we're waiting for, is to try and get more intel here. So you can see, like, the base management side of things requires a lot of investment. There's a lot of time taken here. So in terms of, like, episode structure, I'm not sure how we're going to do it. We might have to do, like, mission stuff, then base stuff in completely separate episodes. But we'll figure it out as we go. Unlocks tactical recon job, done. Man, we're cruising through these. We're spending cash, but, like, I mean, I should, right? Let's do the maximum danger increase. I've got some more suspicious activity. We'll send Xerxes here. We'll send us there. Baghdad. Let's go. We're gonna have more secrets in 6 hours. I think this is gonna be intel. Maximum danger is increased. Okay. Maybe investigation board job slot? Okay, so hold on. How does this work? She's currently forging. Maybe here's what we need to do. Here's what we need to do. I'm gonna bring somebody home. I'm gonna bring somebody home. I'm gonna bring Aleppo back here, and he can start scanning for more intel to get that done just a little bit faster, I think. Yeah, assign. Beautiful. So 10 hours. I don't know if this is like one piece of intel. No idea. No clue. We could also look for somebody with some type of perk for this. Seek agent jobs. That's not what this is. He has the crafting. Secret to be revealed. Either a hidden talent or the effect of conspiracy brainwashing. There's like MK Ultra stuff that's in here. It's kind of neat. Okay. Manufacturing blueprint. This is from our informer in Kabul. A smoke grenade. Okay. So not necessarily intel, but still good. She could go ahead and craft this, but she's forging right now. So I don't know if that stops her forging. We'll see. If I build a smoke grenade. Yeah, it is going to move her. All right, I don't need that right now. That's fine. I would have to say reassign to get her to do this. I think she'll stay in the forge. Yeah, which is fine. Let's go ahead and do... investigation board slot. Now that I think we have an idea of how that works. Send Skipper there. And Canasta can go there. I like that it sorts it by distance, like time traveled. Now we don't have a time tracker on this job, do we? No. That'd be cool to be able to see it. And it would also be cool if time was moving, if we could have time move in this view, but I guess you'd be missing out on all these things popping up. So, like this, Odessa, enemy recon. Okay. So look at this, interrupt the op. This is a way for us to avoid a tactical mission. We still get XP, not as much as going on the mission, but because there's no agents in range to get there, I guess this is the advantage of spreading people out. We will do tactical recon, which should give us support units, disguise options, and reveal the map layout. And then we'll have an actual assault here. So kind of a cool way of doing that. Now, we can send any of the agents. It's not a big deal. Let's do this. We'll send the two that are closest. In terms of a mission, we can send anybody that we have available, to my understanding. Okay, investigation board job slots open. Let's go ahead with real estate contacts. And do I want to bring somebody else home, maybe? I can maybe bring Durand home. We don't have any agents there. Let's bring them. Okay, so now we have this progress happening. If we hover over, tactical recon is going to be done in 9 hours, and then we'll have to take the mission right after that. It'll be interesting to see what happens when things start getting a little bit nuttier. Let's assign him here as well. So did we get any additional stuff? Or will it always tell us? I think it should probably tell us. More hideout candidates discovered on the world map. It's like basically all these upgrades just like done, like simple. I don't know if I don't know if we're blowing too much cash. That's my only worry, and we might be. But we start at 10,000. We're at 6,200. Well, I don't Agent limit. I think I'm just going to hold off on doing any of these. Because we don't need them right now. And we'll focus on handling this. Okay, information comes from our new informant Casablanca, new agent candidate Grimoire. So, oh, these are the agent candidates. I gotcha. These are the people we can hire. So we saw this at the very beginning. Tells us the equipment that they come with. This is cool. He's Russian dude. This higher danger I'm a bit concerned about, so... Alright. I don't know if these guys ever disappear. Maybe they're always going to be here. Who knows, man? Your guess is as good as mine. Okay, tactical recon should finish up here. Beautiful. Let's pause this. So we want to do this assault, I think, before this ends. The enemy scout will increase danger by 79 and compromise any Cabal agents that are in that location if this gets to completion. So we're going to do the assault. And who do we want to take in here? Let's see. So we've used Canasta, we've used Deadpan, obviously, but we kind of understand like what they have going on, which is kind of nice. So what do we have going on here? So this is our recon that we did, right? So Xerxes, I guess we have to assign somebody to this. And then this is a tactical spotter. Reveals fog of war with within the selected area. Makes it harder for enemies in radius to dodge incoming bullets. Can also get things like a sniper, grenade launcher, like a neurotoxin grenade launcher. These are things that we had in the preview video that I did, which were pretty cool. So it's nice to see how these work, like, in practice. If I assign somebody else, what would happen then? Vendor. Oh, you could buy this. Interesting. Okay. Okay. We don't need that. We have the one, so hopefully that's okay. And who do we want to bring? We'll go... Should we bring ourselves out? That heat has got to be because we went out on a mission, right? It's got to be. So let's try maybe... she's only got pistols. We got a shotgun here. I really don't know who to bring. I don't know what the advantages are for bringing one over the other. Other than maybe heat. Okay, so let's put Stony here. He's got the Sparrow. We can also give him a... Let's go with the French DAO. Proficiencies required for weapon modding. Okay, so that's where their dossier comes in and the trainings that they have. He's proficient with B76 and 45. None of which we have. I like that it does a comparison for weapons as well. It's kind of cool. We don't have anything else that we can attach there. I'll give him like a lockpick and a first aid kit. Oh, did I not select him? Yeah, assign him there. And then maybe we take like... Maybe we will take ourselves out. We'll see how the heat... Like what that does for us. We have a first aid kit and a smoke grenade. Disguise cannot be detected, so maybe that's something we can utilize. And... Whoops. In terms of equipment slots... Compact follower, so extra clip size. Yeah, cool. Let's do it. It'll be Deadpan and Stony. Stony and Deadpan together forever. All right, so I think what we'll do is we'll wrap it up here. When we come back, we'll start with a mission. In terms of like how I'm going to structure episodes, honestly, I'm not sure. But there's a lot that we are going to need to learn, as you can tell here. So wish me luck, guys, and hopefully, this goes well. We'll see how we do. Oh, sorry, we also have options to use disguises here. Disguise agents can only use pistols, revolvers, and SMGs. Oh, that's an interesting little twist I didn't know about. Disguise limit 1. Oh, so this must be mission specific. So we can have somebody in a disguise and somebody not in a disguise. Oh, that is cool. Can he carry equipment at all? No, nothing. Wow. Wow, that's neat. Okay, well, if that's the case, I'm gonna switch the smoke grenade for a lockpick. And, let's try this, I think. I don't know. This could be a total disaster, but this could be totally awesome, too. Anyways, wish me luck, guys. I really appreciate you watching. It's the first video of this series. I know people hate to be asked, but if you wouldn't mind helping me out, just hit the like button. That helps me a lot. That's all you need to do. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully we'll learn a lot of this as we go along together. And feel free to give me any advice in the comments. I'll be watching. Take care, guys. Bye for now.